Okay? Have a feel and tell me, just when you're relaxed, how your space feels in the small of your back. Do we have a big giant space, or have we got, does it feel quite flat onto your hand? So how many people does it feel flat? How many people does it feel there's a lot of space there? Okay, so maybe flat. So, yeah, that's a really good point, and obviously it's a great thing to think about when we're moving around. If you're really tense and then all your chest, your structures around your upper body, and then you're holding your breath, you're not going to be able to keep what we call a braced core or braced on the wall when we're moving around. So you still want to be able to move but maintain this inner strength. Okay, everyone happy with that? Okay, we're going to try one more exercise through our heels, okay, and lift our hips up off the floor. That's good. Can you get them a little bit on? And relax now. So all the way to the floor. Good, I want you to just do sort of 6 to 8 of those, practice it, okay? So it's very, very key to make sure that we're not, in this situation, not rolling our spine off the floor. We're keeping that nice posture as we lift up and down. As you go back down to the floor, obviously we want the glutes to relax, so we want to switch those off, but try and maintain the brief, core control that we've got, okay? Which is very hard, because if you're telling your glutes to relax, naturally you want everything relaxes, your core relaxes as well. So this does take a little bit of practice. How many of you can feel this in your hamstrings, so the back of your upper leg, more than you can your glutes? Sally, there's always one. That's you. Okay, so you're not working your glutes hard enough. Okay, so we're going to bring the feet in a little bit more. So we take a little bit.
Yeah, so to really feel it in your glutes, you can really squeeze the bottom as you're coming up. Yeah. So you're really working that. Good.
Interesting. This hamstring is really, really steamy. This one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So how much bend can we get on this? So if you relax down to the floor, don't hold, relax down.
Yeah.
So get your hips back on the floor so you've got some support. So bring this knee in as far as we can. So you might need someone just to help support here so the foot doesn't slide away. Yeah. Your shoes are pretty grippy, so it's okay. Just try that again. Any change?
Yeah. It's not hurting so much.
Okay, but notice how when we brought this leg back, naturally that will want to go back as an element of support. So you could probably work on that and trying to do that reasonably evenly, because you won't be able to see it. There's about that much difference in where the legs are. But a lot of that's down to you've got a lot more padding to go, and you can't close this gap.
If I was to do this, I'll just slip that back, and then I can get the bend on.
Exactly. So guys, if you just sit yourself up, we'll explain how that links into our running. Now, as we talked about earlier, Chantal and I were having a good conversation about this, how important that glute structure is and that core stability. So obviously, particularly in above the amputees, what we find is that there's a lot more drop over, okay, as we're moving through. So that can be for a number of reasons, okay, but obviously if we can keep tall, keep that core nice and, working and functioning in that movement, and also we know we've trained the glutes to be able to drive through and up, because a lot of people, as you were saying, kind of drop down and sink their hip into the top of their prosthesis and then try to push off, but then there isn't enough drive, so it stays quite low, okay? Once we train and get some strength through that glute complex, and to a certain degree the hamstrings, that posterior chain will help to push us through. Is everyone with me so far? Yeah? Now there's a lot more exercises. We could be here all day going through hip extension exercises. There's even things you can do laying on your front, where you can activate the glute, lifting the leg up at the back. There's a huge range of exercises, even steps. So with the work that Colin's done, the uneven ground, that's an amazing feat to get around in terms of the proprioceptive awareness that he must have, particularly through that right side. It's incredible. So stepping up, for example, is a good way. So even on your stairs at home, if you can, and holding onto the rails to help you, if you can get that foot planted, and as you're stepping up, you're actually thinking, okay, I'm driving my glutes and my hips through, rather than dropping your body down. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. You've all been sitting down long enough.